we'll look at the market in the week and, of course, the performance of the week. The close of market on Monday, we saw that the market appreciated by 0.0% to close at 54,364.67 basis point. As investors gain about 20 billion in value, as market capitalization went up about to settle at 29.61 trillion naira. And on Tuesday, we also saw the market close positive amidst buy interest and sell-offs as bulls dominated proceedings all through Tuesday's trading, driving up the broad market. The all-share index specifically went up by 0.24%, closing above 54,000 mark there. On Wednesday, we saw the all-share index as well, and the market capitalization increased as well from the previous day to around 54,496.31 basis point. So we saw the market capitalization settled at 29.68 trillion naira. We also saw on Thursday as well, while on Thursday, the Nigerian exchange also closed positive. So the market has been bullish all through the week. And at the close of today, we saw that the market as well also, close in a way, decline rather. We saw that the market capitalization or decline in a way at the close of, Friday. So talk to us. How do you think, what do you think, dominated the market? What sentiment would you say play more in the market in the week?
Yeah, good afternoon once again. Within the week, the market has been quite impressive, as you analyzed earlier, except for today that the market declined by over 1%, 1.31% because of the decline in the likes of the Airtel, the Bermuda stock there. So I think the activity which has been quite impressive at the start of the week because of investors looking at the came ahead of the dividend period, that we begin to see the unaudited result of some companies, and some of them have actually started declining their dividend, which investors have become taking advantage of that position. So I believe it's because of the dividend period, which is quite even more better in terms of when you look at the dividend yield of some stocks. As we stand now, it's quite better than locking your money into some kind of fixed income instrument for a year, 6 months or so. So I think investors are actually taking advantage of that as we speak. And looking at the unaudited results the companies have been releasing, it has been quite impressive for 2022. So I think this has been the reason investors have been taking advantage of the market now.
We get into all of that in a moment, specifically with the report that have been released in the market, talking about the financial report of some listed companies that have been released in the market as well. We get to that in a moment. But let's look at within the week, we saw, with the macroeconomic activities, the cash crunch, is biting hard. We saw that, a lot of Nigerians took to the street, even up to date. We're still seeing them. Does that have any effect on the equities market so far with regards to investors trading in the market?
Yeah, that has a significant effect, because if you look at the trade that happened this week, it's quite low compared to what we had the previous last week. For example, this week we have a trade of about 20 billion naira compared to a trade of 22 billion naira last week. So investors' confidence in the market has quite been lower. But looking at the cash crunch we are experiencing, people who are supposed to, okay, yes, I want to invest in this, having time, so they are not having time to deal about, okay, they are looking for cash or the other. And also looking at the other side of it, the inflation rate, the consumer spending, so which has actually been eating people investing aspect of their funds. So it's actually reduced the way we call it, the investor participation in the markets,
right,
so to say.
Right, because I was also going to talk about the inflation rate as well. We saw the inflation rate, move upward a bit from the previous, figures of 21. I mean, now it's around 21 point. Yes, yes. You see that 21.82% from 21.34%, previously. So, how do you think? Can you hear me? So I was going to ask you if that is also impacting activities in the market. It looks like we didn't see that, effect in the market as much as we expected.
Yeah, so I didn't get the last aspect very well.
Yeah, so I was asking you that the inflation figure came out within the week, and we saw that the rate went up from 21.34% to 21.8% for January. So I was asking you if that in any way, affect the market, because we saw the market was bullish all through except for today.
Yeah, it has significant effect in the market because investor spending has been quite reducing, but in another way, the equity market is still the only market investors can have a positive real return in terms of return that can be higher than the inflation rates currently, because other investors in other asset classes cannot that if any of them can give 21.82% of inflation rates. So the inflation actually just reduce the consumer, the investors participation in the market. People who are supposed to they have excess cash to invest in the market, so they are not dealing with inflation, the high cost of goods and services in the economy.
Okay, so going forward into the next week, talking about next week, do you think what is happening in the economy, specifically with respect to the cash crunch? We saw protests all across. Do you think that will have any effect, negative effect, in the equities trading come next week?
It effect in the equity market. Reason being that investors who are still playing in the market are still there, and then what we are.
Well, I think we're losing connection with Olaidebanu there. Can you hear me? Let's see if you can hear me. I needed to finish your thoughts before we take this break. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I needed to finish on that thought before we go on this break.
So we continue to see the mixed sentiment in the market next week. So investors will still continue to take advantage of low price because of the dividend period which we have. So the percentage may still be very mixed. So there are still some kind of ups and downs, some kind of profit taking for some investors anyway.